Okay, ready.
All right. So last we were in it, there was a motion on the table and I was waiting for a second, and it looks like a second is not going to be had. So the motion dies before it gets on the table. Okay. As near as I can tell, we are at Green Up Day appointment. You are a saint, Priscilla Foster, thank you.
You're welcome. Happy to do it.
I move to appoint Priscilla Foster as Green Up Day Chair.
I'll second it. Kathy can have it.
Kathy, second. Motion and second on the table. Any discussion about Priscilla Foster as Green Up Day appointment person?
Should be fabulous.
I thank you for taking it on.
Yeah. I like cleaning up the neighborhood.
Okay, hearing no more discussion. All those in favor of Priscilla Foster appointed as Green Up Day chairperson, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Sounds like the ayes have it unanimously. The ayes do have it.
Priscilla, I have a box in my office for you.
And thank you, Priscilla Foster, again.
And someone notified you that you're on the planning commission now, right?
What Robin just did.
Okay.
I guess we were a little slow on that.
I thought I sent an email, no?
So is that a alternate? Is it a,
I'd have to go back and look at my notes. I think it said alternate.
I think it was.
I believe so. I'd
Okay.
have to check too. And that's for the planning commission, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I get a little mixed up in there, planning commission, zoning board, zoning administrator. Okay.
Okay.
Congratulations, Ms. Foster.
Thank you.
All right, highway department advertisement, action. To initiate any potential hiring, we need the highway position advertised.
I would assume so, if that's the wishes of the board.
So for purposes of discussion, let's have a motion and a second to kick that topic off.
So moved.
All right, Will moves,
I'll second it.
Wade seconds. There were various opinions kicked around. I feel like we need to advertise, and I've heard an opinion that 2 in the road department right now is suitable, and I just can't believe that that's the case, especially where Jim's gonna be training for 9 days over a period of a month, 2 months, I don't even know what but
3 months.
Goes through August.
goes through August. Okay, but you're still out of here, and that's gonna be at least a half day, or maybe more, because you gotta get
8 to 3 o'clock.
8 to 3.
All the days.
So it's all day, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do this on Friday.
That varies.
That doesn't fit us.
Okay,
I think we should advertise, because we've had to wait so long before to get help, and it takes. I just think with maintenance coming up,
Now's the time to do it if you're gonna do it, because people are hiring everybody that's in my field or the field that we need. The individual that has to come from this type of field, where contractors are already.
I was gonna say contractors are advertising. I think we should proceed.
Jim, just to round out the whole conversation, what was the thought process behind 2 road crew right now is sufficient?
We used to have 4. There used to be 4 road members. And the past road foreman was here. And then when they all quit, 2 of them left, the select board opted to just hire back 1 individual. So that made it 3 instead of 4. And that's, most of the time we've been working with 2, but, that's what we have been left with, that's what we budgeted for, 3 people.
What I would add to the conversation is that, we obviously have a lot on the table with the garage project, and that's gonna require some of the foreman's time as well. I think we're gonna be going deeper into the role of the foreman and examine what needs to be improved for the town of Waterford as far as the roads go. And I'm only speculating here, whether it has to do with maintenance logs on the equipment or mileage logs for the equipment or road projects. I don't even know what that could consist of right now. I presume we'll hear from Jim on that, but it feels like there's still some tasks that we're gonna need to get done. All this by way of saying, I feel as though Jim will be more and more busy as a foreman rather than a road operator. And I think we need to keep the human capacity in mind to do these tasks.
Well, the way that it is now, I'm the only one that can run the excavator. I'm the only one that can run the grader. So I do mechanic work. So I do all the facets of the work myself, plus the administrative stuff.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we advertise for the open position.
Second.
We already have that motion and second on the table. So any more discussion, I guess, is the question.
So if you're gonna go forward with the ad, I need a deadline of when you would like the
I was just-
applications in.
I'm gonna suggest that.
Is 4/27 too late? Too early? That's just the deadline to get the applications in.
In the past, we've generally done a 2-week application window. Like the one Deb sent us in the file, looks like that was deliberated on at like the September regular meeting of last year. And we set a deadline of 14 days later. So, excuse me. I would say April 13 might be suitable, that Monday meeting.
Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, I could say if I contact Caledonian tomorrow, it probably won't go in any earlier than Friday or Saturday.
Okay.
So that kind of shortens your time frame.
Well, there isn't going to be any discussion on applicants on the 13th, I presume.
I would say I would feel comfortable if you put a deadline of, say, the 23rd, and then you could review it on the 27th.
Yeah. Jim, is it your intention to screen for equipment operator capability?
Yeah.
So you're not going to get that done between the 23rd and the 27th, I presume?
Well, we have to take into consideration, I'm leaving on vacation
I was gonna say, when are you gone, Jim?
around the 25th.
For a week?
2
For a
weeks.
week. How, for a
2
week?
weeks,
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
So you won't be back till sometime in May.
first part of May.
This kind of changes the outlook of the process.
So you said the 25th you're gone? So what you could do, is you could do a deadline of the 17th. If Jim would like to talk to the people the 20th through the 23rd.
You could always have a special meeting.
Right.
Right.
You're leaving the 25th, you said. It seems it would be important to the board to know who you think has skill
Yeah,
and capability.
and we should do the same thing at the garage. Get the equipment out, people say they can do what they can do, have them actually operate the equipment, and make sure they can do what they can do. Cause you have an awful lot of people out there that say that they can do all kinds of things, but when it's all said and done, they can't.
So if you send it out tomorrow, Deb, you said it wouldn't be in before Friday, probably?
Most likely, yeah.
So that's the 3rd. You wanna do the 15th, Jim, which would be a Wednesday, that would give you more time before you
That's
went
fine.
away?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
I mean, I
Advertise
just
as
don't
much
wanna cut you short as far as trying to get interviews in before you go on vacation.
as- No, that will work. It gives me 10 days.
Deb, when are you back?
I'll be back in the office on the 13th,
On the 13th, okay.
so the 15th is fine though.
What I'm thinking is it possible you could just collate all the resumes received into like one document and send them around as quickly as possible to that?
Well, what'll happen is if they send you an email, it goes to the select board anyhow, so you guys would get those.
Okay. Is that gonna be the select board email where you get the note as well?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
I would like to include it in the minutes. I wasn't on the last one, so I can go over the resumes.
Oh, yeah, that only makes sense.
I will get you added, yep.
Yeah. You should be on
Any further discussion?
Anything else in the ad that needs to be changed, or just the date?
We really are a fabulous town to work for.
And they can't come to work before they have their drug test, right?
Right, you have to, you can interview the person, then they go for a drug test, and
And then you
then,
can
once we
hire
get the negative back, then you can offer them the job. Yes. Okay, so my next question is, what dates would you like this to run?
Well, if you don't think it goes in until Friday the 3rd, it seems like it needs to run immediately, right?
So do you want Saturday the 4th?
When do the wanted ads get viewed the most?
Saturday?
Saturdays. So if you even did the 4th and the 11th, right, Deb? That would still give them till Wednesday
I
That
would,
feels like a good plan
to
to
get
me.
them in that would run 2 weekends.
I would throw it in there 4 times.
4 times?
Yeah, I
Okay.
would do 2 Saturdays and then a
Tuesday and Thursday?
one of the days it's a really skinny paper. I was thinking it was Tuesday.
Is that a good day or a bad day?
That's a bad day.
Okay.
Let me look at what we did last year. We did a Friday and a Saturday, a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Saturday.
So we could do the 4th, if you think it's not gonna get there before Friday.
Yep,
And we could do the 8th and the 10th and the 11th.
okay.
That would be 4 days. And then they'd have to have them in by Wednesday. Go ahead, Jim.
Facebook also is an option as well.
Exactly.
And VLCT, they have a spot that you can advertise as well.
Right.
Who will take care of the VLCT aspect?
I've done it in the past. It shows up on, it's not dirt roads or open roads. I can't remember the name of the form, but
Better back, well, no, that's the pamphlet.
no, I've done it before.
The question is, would you be willing to do it again?
Yeah,
Just so we,
You did Facebook too, didn't you?
Facebook and.
So we
Front
follow
Porch
through on it.
So
Yeah.
I could do all 3 of those.
Vermont League of Cities and Towns has a classified section, I believe.
Sorry, that was the one, not Front Porch, yes. So that, the V-Trans
And
and,
I know that I've talked to some people and they've seen it, there was a lot of interest after it was on Facebook.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm here, will do Facebook and V-Trans, is that what I'm hearing?
And
VLCT,
and VLCT.
all 3.
Mhm.
You're gonna be busy.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking that on. All right, let's see, any more discussion? Hearing none. Move to vote. All in favor of Deb running the ad for road crew member, the 4th, the 8th, the 10th, and the 11th in the Caledonian Record? Please say aye.
Hi.
Aye. Any opposed? Sounds like a 5-0. Okay. Agenda for the 13th. Deb, we've already got quite a few things down on there. Oh, yeah, let me back up for a second. Again, I'm not trying to raise any problems here, but just to be clear, I'm trying to keep that as conflict-free as possible. So even though things are what they are right now, the chair has the ultimate responsibility to set agendas, and that's the way I'm working it. So I don't want conflicted issues on the agenda for the 13th. And when I say conflicted, I'm gonna spell it out and put it at, any issues in which, Will Jones could have a potential appearance of a conflict having to do anything with Mr. Hayes on the 13th. So that's the way the chair is calling that agenda for the 13th. Now, Deb, you have items you'd like to read from that?
I do. This is what I was thinking for the 13th. Y'all appointed an emergency management coordinator. In talking to Roger, it should not be coordinator, it should be manager, because coordinator is essentially, if he was designated manager, coordinator is you all, and I'm not really sure, Roger's words, that you want to be in charge of a disaster.
It's not our strength, we're not trained in it, we couldn't do it.
So say that again, he's currently the coordinator,
He's
but
currently the manager.
okay, so we need to change
Or
that.
no, he is the coordinator and he needs to be the manager.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, we
What was
voted him as the
title?
coordinator, but,
Emergency,
go ahead, Hannah.
what was the title? Emergency something?
Emergency management coordinator, or
Emergency management manager?
Will, can you bring up the, town website and pull up the personnel page for me since you're online?
Yeah.
I've got it in here somewhere as well.
I believe it was coordinator. I can also get up with him. I have his number. Town personnel. There we go.
It's like halfway down, 3/4 of the way down.
It's emergency management coordinator.
Coordinator, that needs to be changed to manager.
So emergency management manager? That would be the
Yes.
corrected.
Yeah, I believe that's how it's supposed to read, but we can make sure that it's correct that evening.
Okay.
On the list that you gave us to fill the positions, you had it as management coordinator.
Right, and he's telling me that the wording is wrong. We just need to fix the wording.
Okay.
So basically what you're gonna do is fix the wording, whichever way it's supposed to be, and then reappoint him to that position.
What else have we got for the,
The next,
13?
Item on the agenda, I thought would be a driveway permit. I believe Jim's already talked to him, so, it just needs your final say. I have the dog warrant, which I can't give it to you before April 1st, but I'll give you the warrant and then I'll give you the list of delinquent dogs. And then you'll have the opening bids for the Daniel Farm Road culvert. And that's all I have.
What is the deadline for the Daniels Farm culvert? Is that passed yet, or was that one where we were reaching out on our own?
No, is it Nate? Is already set, yeah, Nate has already put that out there. The deadline to have the bids was the 13th.
Okay.
Deb, you did send me the draft
Yes,
for the
I did.
13th, but
Yeah.
I have apparently lost it. Let me check here. Oh, here we are.
Got it?
Yeah, I've got it now. All right, dog warrant, bid openings. Well, that's it. Citizens' concerns.
Yes.
Agenda items for next meeting. So
Yeah.
does anybody have anything else that ought to be included into the 13th meeting?
Personnel policy.
I'm gonna ask if you can wait another 2 weeks for that. I'll have more information on that,
Regarding,
the personnel policy.
but what specifically?
I prefer not to go into details at this point.
Okay.
Something I'm working on.
Okay.
And then there had been a suggestion that the investment fund ought to come up on the 13th, and I don't see any reason to bring it up then, only because we're still in the process of going through interviews of investment bankers, and that's not finished yet, and I won't be here to discuss it anyway with Heather's assistance. So put that off to the 27th.
Mr. Chairman, if there are no other items that you'd like to add to it, I will ask, who will you be phoning into that evening?
Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, who can I call in on their phone? Well, it almost makes sense that it would be your phone because you'll be running the meeting and presumably not on your phone.
I can do that. The only question I have is I have 2 phone numbers in my phone for you. Which one is your cell phone and which is your home phone?
You wanna read them off?
Yes, give me 1 second.
I don't
The
know.
last
Are you
four.
sure you want
Yeah, I was
my?
gonna, that's what I
Yeah,
was
just give me the last four.
I was gonna show you, I wasn't gonna read it off.
Oh, that works too.
So,
The 734 is the cell.
I have you, that one, that's your cell?
That is the cell.
Okay, I'll make a note of that.
Yeah, and the other one is a home VoIP line, and the only reason I have to do it that way is because I don't have enough cell signal at the house.
Okay.
So from talking to Marcel, I understood that he might have some paperwork from Black River Design. And if he does, then we should probably present the 2 feasibility studies for review on the 13th and maybe for a vote on the 27th.
I don't have any objection to that, but I would like to see the plans as well, unless it's something that can be emailed, so at least I can participate in the discussion that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can clarify that with Marcel tomorrow when he comes in the office.
Deb, did you have anything else for the 13th?
Oh, that's it.
Okay. All right, sounds like a done deal. So motion to enter executive session.
So moved?
Will moves,
Second.
Kathy seconds. All in favor of entering executive session for personnel matter? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it.
The only thing I will request is if you come out of executive session and make any kind of motion, please turn the camera back on. So public knows.
Okay, I presume, Will, you are technically savvy on that.
I can handle that.
I've never learned it. I probably should. All right, so we're heading into executive session.